What's up, YouTube? It's your boy CADETSFOREAL, man. You already know what's going on. So, there's something going crazy right now in the Grand Theft Auto world, Rockstar world, people like us. Um, it says access denied. You must meet my bad. Access denied. You must meet the minimum age requirement to access this online feature. Is Rockstar giving us an age verification to play Grand Theft Auto Online? Or to probably even sign into the game, bro. Nah, just online features. But bro, it's insane. There's a lot going on. And it doesn't say it multiple times. It says, thank you for verifying your age. You can now access Grand Theft Auto Online. What? So I'm pretty sure if you're not 21 or older, you can't play the game. I'm just kidding. But let's see what he has to say.
So yeah, you might have to verify your age to play Grand Theft Auto. So this was originally going to be a second channel video, but I've decided it's probably quite important and many of you guys might be quite interested in it. So in the UK, they recently passed something called the Online Safety Act. And the whole idea is that basically any content that the government deem that you shouldn't be accessing as a child, whether that's political content, whether that's adult content, they require you to submit a face scan or a form of ID, whether that's passport or driving license,
That's
to be able
insane,
to access
bro.
those various websites. Now, we knew that this would go to the other parts of the world, but no one expected that to happen in the space of a week. So what's actually happened over the past few days, this Online Safety Act has been rolled out in Australia, and now it's going to be rolled out in America in the coming weeks and months. And also Xbox and PlayStation are having to comply to UK laws, and they're going to have to require facial ID scans, or they're going to have to require a bank card or a form of ID for you to access their online services. Now, what we're about to go through is going to disappoint a lot of people, but I do need to point out, as someone that's been even critical of Rockstar many times in the past, what you're about to hear is not Rockstar's fault, and they have absolutely zero say in this at all. According to TezFunds2, who's basically a data miner, he goes through all of the various data that's related to Grand Theft Auto and Grand Theft Auto Online.
So, right now we have the name for the social media in Grand Theft Auto 6. It's called Snapmatic. Snapmatic. So it's basically going to be a parody to Snapchat, but I'm pretty sure it's Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok all in one, and they just called the app Snapmatic. And so there's a lot going on. We have to verify your age in Grand Theft Auto 6 to play online. I'm pretty sure you can play offline. And if you can't, show that proof, it will say access denied. You must meet the minimum age requirement to access this online feature. So you have to be a certain age to play Grand Theft Auto 6 online. We don't know the age yet, but most people are messed up.
And going through the various scripts, he's managed to find that there's now an age verification thing that's been added. So people are going to have to verify their age to access online features of the game. Now, I do need to reiterate once again.
So it says Rockstar is planning an online feature, an age verification feature to play online. If you can't verify your age by uploading your ID or biometric data, you will be blocked from accessing Grand Theft Auto 6 online. Yeah. If you can't show proof of verification, ID, whatever, to show you're a certain age, you won't be able to play Grand Theft Auto online. And I'm pretty sure it'll be ID. It'll be ID. I don't think they care about bank card. You could have your mom's card, but you'll need an ID to play Grand Theft Auto Online.
This is not Rockstar's fault. This is the British government, the Australian government, and even the American government's fault for requiring this. Now, there's two schools of thought here. Firstly, great. No 10-year-olds with Mark II oppressors. That sounds good, but I think it's fair to look at this from like a more human approach. Everyone that thinks this might be a good idea also played GTA when they were underage.
Exactly.
Me personally, I started playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City when I was about 7. And then there's
I started playing Grand Theft Auto. Bro, I was 4 years old when GTA 4 came out. I was playing GTA 4 when I was a kid, like when I was a baby, bro.
The other concern, which is the one that I've really taken a personal disliking to, which obviously I've covered on the second channel, which is the fact that we're now trusting millions of private companies all around the world to hold copies of our passports. Now, this law came into effect the day after the T-App leak, which of course absolutely shafted tons of people and their private information was leaked all over the internet. Now, another issue that this raises is that it should be really up to a parent to decide whether their child plays a game or not.
Exactly.
Children grow up at different ages, and you know, someone that's maybe 16 might be absolutely fine playing Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, whilst I think it's a great thing that children should not be accessing content who are underage, of course they shouldn't. We should protect children from accessing that content. That is really up to the role of parents. The government instituting new laws that require every single company to bend to this is interesting, and obviously there's different thoughts and opinions, and like I said on the second channel, I go into everything in much more detail. But I do think this is going to change the landscape of gaming. Fundamentally, gaming, the gateway into gaming happens when you're a kid, and as you get older, you enjoy gaming from a more nostalgic perspective. You play the games that you love to play as a kid, and you keep that hunger for that entertainment model alive, where you really just love engaging with content in that digital format. I do think there's a lot of games out there, things like Roblox, where you know you do have a massive variety of age groups. You have very young people and you have adults in there, and sometimes those people should not coexist in the same chat rooms. I can fully appreciate and understand that, and of course there's problems there that need to be addressed. I think when it comes to age verification and trusting private companies to hold that age verification, that could be a big problem, especially when it comes to leaks. And you know, I'm a big PlayStation defender, but they've had massive hacks in the past, and them having a copy of our passport or driving license or ID could be very concerning. Now, the next thing I want to bring up is actually something that not many people realize. Under the new UK law, with verification platforms, for example like Yoti, which is basically a company that whenever you go to a website that you need age verification for, it will redirect to Yoti. You create an account and you can verify your age through Yoti. Now, if Yoti suspects that you've used ID that isn't yours, or you've used some sort of information that doesn't belong to you, they can then pass that on to the government and issue that to a fraud prevention agency that basically adds you to a roster of blacklisted people. So if you are a child and you do a face scan, it doesn't believe that you are who you say you are, and then you use a copy of your parents' passport. Well, if they realize that that face scan doesn't match the image on the passport, they can then pass that information to fraud prevention agencies, which basically means that any 18 plus content you won't be eligible to access for a set period of time, whether that's a few years, whether that's a few months. They're not very clear on that. Now, there is ways to get around this, and I will fully admit it's an affiliate link, but private internet access, they're a VPN. If you've been a subscriber of the channel since I had about 3,000 subs, you'll know that private internet access have been there since day one. If you use a VPN and you set it up on your PC or home network and link it actually to your access, whether they're just going to say, hey, we're just going to do it for every country, we really don't know yet. I personally don't think they'll do that, because the amount of problems that they're going to have, like customer service reports and all of this stuff, I don't think that Rockstar have the staff or manpower to deal with something like this with people's face scans not working. This is an interesting one. I think this needs further conversation in the comments. I'm going to be, for the next couple of hours, I'm going to be checking the comments, reading the comments, and seeing what you guys think about this, and trying to understand both sides of the argument, really.
I think, you know, if they do it, it's still going to be a successful game, but damn, bro. Y'all better make y'all people sign in and do it, and then y'all hop on. But don't try to fake it, because, like you said, they'll try to block your account.